We build processors capable of calculating millions of operations per second, yet we still interface with them using slow fingers and strained eyes. Right now, the physical limits of the human body stand as the primary bottleneck to technological progress. This image shows the Apple Vision Pro headset, an early attempt to bypass that bottleneck. By moving digital workspaces off of downward-facing screens and directly into our natural line of sight, it introduces a fully heads-up augmented reality. But hardware is shrinking rapidly. The Mojo lens pushes this concept directly onto the surface of the eye. It utilizes a micro-LED display the size of a single grain of sand, built into a scleral contact lens to project critical data completely hands-free. External displays, however, still rely on our optic nerves to process light. Neuralink aims to bypass sensory organs entirely by wiring computer systems directly into the brain's cortex. The physical scale of this interface is microscopic. The surgical system entails flexible transmission threads that are significantly thinner than a human hair, allowing them to read and transmit neural signals without causing major tissue damage. This microscale engineering extends to our biological hardware as well. Using a technology called 3D bioprinting, automated systems can now take a sample of a patient's own cells, cultivate them into bioink, and print replacement tissue layer by layer. Because these new organs are constructed from the patient's specific genetic material, the immune system recognizes the tissue as its own. This process bypasses both the agonizing wait for a donor match and the high risk of organ rejection. As we overcome the biological limitations of the human frame, the focus of automation shifts outward, moving from the repair of the internal body to the efficiency of the external infrastructure that contains it. For a century, human travel has been constrained by rigid networks of asphalt and steel. Moving forward, transportation requires extreme frictionless mobility that adapts to its terrain. Consider the Hyundai Elevate. Rather than relying solely on wheels, this vehicle features 4 extending articulated robotic legs. It can lift its cabin to step over harsh off-road terrain or navigate straight through disaster rubble where traditional roads have been destroyed. For long-distance transit, engineers target atmospheric resistance. This technical image shows a Virgin Hyperloop prototype carrying passengers through depressurized tubes at 700 miles per hour. Using magnetic levitation, it creates an air cushion between sled and rail, gliding at airline speeds without touching the ground. In dense urban centers, companies are moving traffic off the ground entirely. Autonomous electric vertical takeoff and landing aircraft, or eVTOLs, will soon operate like airborne ferries, bypassing gridlocked streets below. These advancements in high-speed mobility are designed for a static planet, yet the physical geography of our coastlines is actively shifting, forcing a total rethink of where those transit networks actually land. This photograph highlights the coastal city of Busan, South Korea, where the creeping threat of rising oceans has prompted the development of climate-resilient urban infrastructure. Here, architects are constructing the Oceanics project. It is a floating city utilizing a modular design that simply rises in tandem with the ocean's surface, effectively neutralizing the threat of flooding. The platforms are anchored by a material known as biorock. By pulsing low-voltage electrical currents through seawater, the base naturally accumulates minerals, creating a self-healing foundation that grows stronger over time and repairs its own fractures. Above the waterline, these habitats are managed dynamically. By embedding Internet of Things sensors across the grid, a central AI can monitor real-time traffic and water usage, reducing overall energy consumption by up to 30%. Constructing and maintaining these adaptive environments requires a new kind of workforce. Autonomous humanoids, like the Figure 01 robot, are being developed to handle physical labor and dangerous maintenance tasks independently. Supplying power to millions of sensor nodes and robotic laborers demands immense electricity. By 2030, international projects aim to supply this demand using fusion energy, recreating the physics of the sun to generate limitless power without emitting greenhouse gases. Building closed-loop, sustainable habitats powered by fusion and managed by AI solves immediate crises here on Earth. But mastering these complex systems is also the prerequisite test for surviving the hostile vacuum of space. Escaping Earth's gravity well demands extreme force. This image captures a SpaceX Falcon Heavy rocket mid-launch, a system burning millions of pounds of chemical thrust to push a payload through the atmosphere. To bypass the immense cost of chemical fuel, systems like spin launch take a mechanical approach. Using a vacuum-sealed centrifuge, a rotating arm accelerates a payload to over 4,600 miles per hour before hurling it straight upward into the stratosphere. Once orbital delivery becomes cheap and frequent, heavy infrastructure projects can begin. The Gateway Foundation is currently planning a rotating space station capable of housing 450 people, creating its own artificial gravity through centrifugal force. While near-Earth orbit focuses on luxury tourism, deep space colonization requires brutal, survival-focused engineering. Projects like the Hassel Mars habitat approach planetary settlement as a severe logistical challenge. Because the Martian surface is bombarded with radiation, human crews cannot land exposed. Autonomous rovers will arrive years in advance, excavating the local red regolith to 3D print thick, protective external shells. Once the shielding is complete, deflated biopods will be installed inside the domes. These structures rapidly inflate and utilize advanced hydroponics to grow crops, ensuring the habitat has a self-sufficient food supply before the first astronauts arrive. Automation has reached a scale where it can manage the cellular growth of a human heart and the structural defense of a Martian colony with the same precision. By removing biology and geography as bottlenecks, these systems have made the long-term survival of the species an engineering reality.